BBC News at 1 is next, and stay with us at 2 for Afternoon Live with all the top stories, weather, business and sport. The future of Heathrow. MPs will vote today on whether to allow a third runway to be built at Europe's busiest airport. The government says the expansion is essential for jobs, but Labour hints it could scrap the plans if elected. We'll have all the latest from Westminster and Heathrow ahead of the crunch vote. Also this lunchtime. The firefighter in charge when the Grenfell Tower fire broke out tells the inquiry he wasn't trained to decide when to fully evacuate a high-rise building. Police in Jamaica investigate the deaths of British couple Charlie and Gail Anderson, who recently retired to the island from Manchester. Prince William in the Middle East. He'll become the first member of the royal family on an official trip to both Israel and the Palestinian territories. Good afternoon and welcome to the BBC News at 1. The future of London's Heathrow Airport will be decided later today when MPs vote on whether or not to build a third runway. The Foreign Secretary, Boris Johnson, who once said he'd lie down in front of the bulldozers, is missing the vote because he's on a foreign trip. He's written to his constituents defending his decision not to resign over the issue, saying doing so would have achieved nothing. Labour is officially opposed to the third runway, and this morning Jeremy Corbyn left open the possibility of scrapping the plans if elected. Here's our political correspondent. The time is just after 1:15. Our top story this lunchtime. The future of Heathrow. MPs vote later today on whether to allow a third runway to be built at Europe's busiest airport. And coming up, hotter than Athens, hotter than Miami, the heat wave that will cause sizzling temperatures across the UK this week.
Coming up on BBC News, Andy Murray's back in action at Eastbourne this afternoon as he makes us wait on his participation at Wimbledon.
$14 million people tuned in to watch England in their record-breaking World Cup win against Panama yesterday. Today, the team are back at their training camp, knowing that they are already guaranteed a place in the knockout stages. A hat-trick by Harry Kane has propelled him to the World Cup's leading goal scorer so far. Our sports correspondent David Ornstein is at England's training
stage and still well up into the 20s further south as well. We look further ahead. Does anything change? Well, not much. Still a little bit cool close to some of those east coasts. The weekend may bring a shower, but it really is just May. Lots of dry weather ahead. Sophie.
Ben, thank you. A reminder now of our main story this lunchtime. The future of Heathrow. MPs vote later today on whether to allow a third runway to be built at Europe's busiest airport. That's all from the BBC News at 1, so it's goodbye from me. On BBC One, we now join the BBC's news teams where you are. Enjoy the sunshine. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon, I'm Tim Haig. It's just after 1:30 p.m. and here's your latest sports news. What